Hi, welcome to the channel Budget Audio Review and Upgrades. Now, this is an update video more than anything, a little video. I just want to quickly put together what I've got the time before I get rid of this receiver because it's going to be dismantled and taken apart. I'm going to sell it as spares, to be honest with you. I'm just going to try that avenue because I don't think I'm going to get a lot for it as it is. So I'm going down the spares route really. I've done a little bit of work here and there in it. So I want to do a little bit of a spares thing just to see what kind of money I want to get back on eBay for a few little spares here and there. And obviously that helps some other people out that's looking for knobs, parts in the unit that you probably wouldn't normally get. You're going to have to go out and buy another unit maybe to get that part. So I thought, let's give that a try, just another avenue, see if it's worth me while doing that. Obviously with spares you're only going to sell an odd bit here and there, but it does help some other people out just trying to finish their receiver or amplifier or whatever off, depending on what I'm selling spares kind of wise. It just helps them out as well. And I just thought I'd take that route just as another experiment really, more than anything else. Right, okay. So this receiver, I repaired a buzzing transformer just over a year ago. I had a few questions in between when I did it and now. Is it still working, etc, etc? And I say yes, obviously, because it is. There it is. It's plugged in, no buzzing noise, no noise at all. But it's no better thing to actually see it. There it is. I can actually show you rather than just saying yes and it's sitting somewhere buzzing away like anything. So you can see that particular fix does work. Now that glue I used there, you'll see in the video, I'll do a link at the top, but you can use epoxy resin, you can use super glue I would imagine, and even varnish. Now varnish is good if your transformer's getting really hot. If you've got a really hot transformer, then varnish is maybe the route to go. But in that video I'll show you how to take the transformer apart, and rather than using glue, just use varnish. Now varnish is a lot thinner sometimes, so just be a bit careful. Could go everywhere and anywhere, so just be a bit careful with that. Okay, as you can see, it's still working, not buzzing, etc. I'm going to show you another little thing as well, which I did, but it's just a little kind of update on it maybe, is that I used a little shock absorber underneath these. So when you mended it, well, you've got one that don't need mending, but it's giving that very slight buzz, maybe a kind of mains kind of vibration, that kind of like frequency, 60 or 50 hertz kind of thing. Put little grommets underneath it. I'll show you in the video what I did. And that may just cushion, shock absorb them kind of that kind of noise, should I say, just get rid of it, hopefully smooth it out a little bit. So anyway, let's crack on and just show you these few clips and hopefully you'll get an idea of exactly what's happening. Here we have the Marantz receiver on the table, so we're just going to turn it on like I did before, just to double check. So there we go, just to get that there, and hopefully we're just going to pan in and have a little look. And there you go, hopefully you can hear that was quiet as a mouse. So let's just have another little look. Okay, so there you go. That's the Marantz 215 receiver that I repaired the transformer about a year or so ago now. Right, I don't want to undo this again, but I just want to show you another way of stopping these vibrations, because these transformers can still maybe vibrate a little bit even after you've mended them, you've glued them, etc. You may get a little main 60 hertz or 50 hertz mains or something like that. It may just be a little trickle of a vibration. You want to try and get rid of it completely. Maybe you can put up with it, depending on how loud it is actually to mount the transformer off the actual plate of the amplifier with a grommet in between, a rubber grommet in between the bolts, and that kind of acts as like a cushion, as a shock absorber, so to speak. So rather than me undoing this, I'm going to show you what I did using a bigger bolt. This is not the bolt I used, obviously. So we can just imagine this is the bolt coming through the bottom of this plate, and this is the actual plate. This is this main plate here. If you can see this main plate here, this is this. So it comes through the bottom, and before mounting the transformer directly on top of that plate with a bolt holding it in place, or like here, this bracket holding it in place, all I've done is put a grommet in between, a rubber grommet, then the transformer sits on top, then bolted, or the plate holding it in place. So you've got kind of like a cushion, a shock absorber of that rubber grommet. So there, these rubber grommets I'll get a box of them. These come in handy actually, of all different things. You may have wires coming through chassis or something like that, and you need a rubber grommet. Something like this, we could use it as like a little shock absorber, something like that. So if I can just show you this bit of paper, hopefully will show you that there is a slight gap where that grommet is in between that plate and the main bottom plate. So if you can see there, hopefully that's, get my fingers out of the way, but get that in there. As you can see, that's going underneath there. There's a little bit of a gap underneath there, as you can see. So it's kind of like suspended there, but it's in nice and tight. And anyone worried about the earthing as well, because obviously these are earthed. So if I just bring my little earthing, my little meter into play here, I'll just stick that there. I don't want to damage the amplifier. But yeah, I mean, there's the earth here. I mean, the chassis is mainly earthed anyway, but there's the earth terminal. You could do a little lead if you wanted to onto one of these screws here if you wanted to earth it. But this is well earthed, as you can see. Even with them rubber grommets, the earthing's going through the screws nice and tight onto the transformer. If I can get the transformer, this is coated actually, lacquered, this transformer. But there you can see the meter moving. So that's well and truly earthed. But if you wanted to do it extra, you could run a wire from the earth in here or somewhere where it's a earth and just put it onto one of these screws using one of these little like earthing little strip kind of tags. So okay, that's it. That's me transformer. It's in nice and tight, suspended with its own little rubber grommet, its own little cushion, shock absorber, keeping any vibrations going through to here and actually getting amplified through the receiver, especially with these cardboard bottoms. It kind of amplifies any small vibration, making it even louder. That way, it's going to really bring it down to the bare minimum, and if not, completely get rid of it. Well, that's it. So I'm going to say goodbye to this receiver. Like I say, I'm going to take it apart now and sell the bits here and there. Hopefully help some other people out. Some of these parts can be quite expensive. You know, people charging £30 and £40 for a meter and all that. I'm going to try and make it a bit realistic, but obviously I've got to get most of my investment back out of this, and you're not guaranteed to sell every part, but hopefully somewhere along the line I may help out one or two people, and you know, that's great. Okay, so I'll say thanks for watching this video. I'll be back very shortly, hopefully, with another one. Until then, I'll see you all soon.